Hello everyone, welcome back to Through Hell or High Water. This is video number 3 that I have made. Um, Today's topic that we're going to be talking about is anger. I just thought that was so fitting for my life right now. Just in case you don't know who I am, I'm Jamie Dickerson. A few months ago, about 5 months ago now, my daughter passed away, and it was very unexpected. She was found with a bag over her head and tape around her neck. And we have not received any justice or any closure. She was 29 years old, leaving behind 2 children. And it's been extremely hard for our family. And the fact that, the devil will fill your mind with thoughts of revenge, thoughts of anger, the what ifs. What if I would have been able to stop this situation? She was supposed to come to my house the night before for a lock-in that I was doing with some kids from church. What if I was able to get her to be there, but she was at her son's football game, so I wanted her there to cheer him on. But evil thoughts will take over. They will consume you. And so trying to sort through those and process what has went on, and then not walk around with anger that will ultimately steal my joy, is extremely hard. I haven't been in this grieving journey for that long. It's been 5 months, but that's really not that long in the grand scheme of things. And so when we have something happen in life and anger creeps in, it starts to affect all areas of our life. It can affect your marriage. It can affect your children. It affects your home life. It affects your work. It can affect just being out in public. It can affect so many things. And so we have to remind ourselves that anger is not how we need to be walking around. And in a situation like I'm in, that is extremely difficult. The only way that I'm able to do that is to walk on the spirit and not in the flesh. I have to set aside my fleshly desires, because I'm telling you now, when all of this happened with my daughter and up to this very day, I would have been in an orange jumpsuit, locked up somewhere for my revenge mindset. I was so angry. I'm still angry. I'm moving through that. I don't want to say past it. I'm moving through it, because I don't feel like I can do God's will with that anger on my shoulders. I don't know when it will be completely released from me, but I know that in handing the entire situation over to God allows for me to be able to know that justice will be served in a manner that God wants it to, and when He wants it to. And so that brings me to today. I just randomly, you would think that I'd pre-plan these videos since I'm making a series of them, but I'm not. I want it to be something that is spirit-driven, heart-driven, and that is just the word for what God wants me to teach you, not what I would be pulling out. And so today I literally just opened my Bible anywhere I wanted, and what it brought me to was Lamentations. And I'm not very good at knowing and memorizing books of the Bible and where the verses are. I have kind of like an OCD brain. I scatter everywhere, and so it's hard for me to remember things. But so when He brings me to certain areas, I have to really dig in to understand what the meaning is behind it. And today was Lamentations, and so I looked it up, and it says it was written by Jeremiah. It's my husband's name, so I can remember that. It was written by Jeremiah in a time of such brokenness, where God was seeking revenge on the people that were doing wrong against Him and just against each other. And so, Jeremiah writes, this is in a time of total despair for him. And it says, I am a man who has seen affliction. It goes down in here, and I don't want to read you the whole thing because it would take up, the whole time. But it says, He has made my chains heavy, though I call and cry for help. And I have felt like that lately. Just my chains are heavy. I'm very broken down. I'm pulling with me a weight, and that weight is anger and frustration, and that's towards the justice system and towards this person that I'm angry with. And so all of that comes along with me. It says, He has filled me with bitterness. I have forgotten what happiness is. So I say, my endurance has perished. So has my hope from the Lord. And this is Lamentations 3. And it says, when I read that and it says, I have forgotten what happiness is, I don't want to get to the point of forgetting what happiness is, because I have so much to still be happy for. I have 2 grandchildren that my daughter left behind that I have to push through and be happy for. I have to celebrate their great moments, and I have to celebrate the times in my life with my other children and my grandchildren and my family and my husband. And we have to be able to celebrate life because we still have a purpose in being here. And April's my name of my daughter, April would want that. And so in reading this where it says, I have forgotten what happiness is, it hurts my heart to think there are so many people that are forgetting what happiness is. And so he goes on and he says, but this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will have hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Let him sit alone in silence, for the Lord will not cast off forever. But though he cause grief, he will have compassion, according to the abundance of his steadfast love. So we live in a sinful world, and there's going to be bad things that are going to happen, and God does get frustrated and angry. And just as something horrible has happened to my daughter, there will be justice in the end. When you go on in here and it says, I called on your name, O Lord, from the depths of the pit. You heard my plea. Do not close your ear to my cry for help. You came near when I called on you. You said, do not fear. You have taken up my cause, O Lord. You have redeemed my life. You have seen the wrong done to me. You will repay them, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Let me read that to you again. And this is Lamentations 3:64. You will repay them, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. It doesn't say I get to repay them. It says God will, and that will not be a happy moment for that person. God sees and hears all things. He hears our cries when we have a cry for help. He hears us when we're angry and upset. We don't feel that happiness anymore. And so dig deep. Go to him. Release that to him to refill your heart every morning, just as it says. And then go and remember that whatever has been done, he will seek justice for you. So whether you get it here on earth, it will be done. I promise you. So that's my word for today, and I hope that that is encouraging to somebody, that somebody's able to seek happiness through it. I thank you for listening, and I hope that that touched your heart, because God gave me that word specifically for you and for myself. And so each day we're going to tap into what we can find that he's trying to speak to us. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a blessed day.